Constructicons, merge for the kill! Hi everybody, it's your friend Vash, aka Triqqerhappy77 on Instagram. So we've had Headmasters, we've had Target Masters, we had a Motor Master, but it all started with a Constructicon named Mixmaster. So we finally got the sixth and final member of the Constructicons from the Studio Series 86 line. So yeah, Voyager class Mixmaster is the sixth Constructicon in the set, but the packaging says 5 of 5. That's just because Hook and Longhaul came together in a 2-pack. So I've seen a number of confused collectors and I get it, but this is what you're looking for. So I'm not only excited to have all 6 Constructicons, I'm actually looking forward to Mixmaster himself. So I'm pulling out my trusty co-host to release him out of his plastic prison. Now right off the bat, I think Mixmaster looks great. I mean, look, my whole goal is to recreate the entire cartoon series with toys. I tried to do it as a kid, but my parents were like, we're not buying you 95 Transformers for your birthday, get out of here, kid. So, no problem, I just had to wait 40 years and buy it myself. So, Mixmaster just looks great to me. I love the square thing on his head. He has this I don't know, like an athletic build for a toy that the other Constructicons just don't have. So his poses look like cool kid on the playground. I really like his shins. They're simple and detailed at the same time. His articulation is pretty basic, but besides his non-swiveling waist, he has enough articulation points to pull off some pretty decent poses. And that head sculpt, perfect. I know I say it all the time, but it looks just like the cartoon. I mean, if you look at him, it's like you're holding the cartoon in your hand. It's hitting me dead smack in my nostalgia. He's thick, he's solid. If you hold him, you'd be like, oh wow, this guy is thick and solid. And again, Hasbro made each Constructicon's personal blasters. Let's take a look at a side-by-side with his animation model. Look at that. I can't tell which one's a toy and which one's a cartoon. They really completed the team with a heavy hitter. I could see Mixmaster being a favorite amongst collectors. In my opinion, Mixmaster and the rest of the Constructicons in this set are like the perfect size, scale-wise, in their individual robot modes. I mean, when I stand Mixmaster next to Studio Series 86 Megatron, I think this is how tall he should be next to him. I just really am enjoying having a proper Mixmaster. I never had him as a kid, so for me, this is exactly what I wanted the toy to be when I was growing up, you know. And as happy as I am to have Combiner Wars Mixmaster, I was always a bit disappointed by how large he was compared to the other Decepticons. The Combiner Wars Constructicons were just too big individually. As Devastator looked great because it's like, oh wow, giant, tall, menacing Devastator, but individually those guys were just like humongous. But I've talked about that way too often, so I won't bore you with that. But also the Combiner Wars Mixmaster didn't turn into the same type of cement mixing truck that the original Mixmaster did, and that always threw me off, especially when I see him as Devastator. I'm like, it's just not right. So I'm really happy to have this Mixmaster looking like his original self and original alt mode. Also, every time I imagine Mixmaster in a talking scenario, all I can think of is like him going, Mega, Mega, Megatron. I don't know, I can't remember which episode that was, but that's what I think of when I hear Mixmaster, when I think of Mixmaster talking. Now, I said this in my last video when I was ranting about Scavenger. The Constructicons look better as a group. I mean, there's no standout figure. They're all just like parts of Devastator, which has been the main draw for them since day one. But they really do look great as a group. Now, if we can take a look at Mixmaster in a cement alt mode, by the way, I filmed 90% of this video when I realized I hadn't tucked the top part of the cement mixer in while he's in robot mode. It does stick out a bit, so I had to go and reshoot all of that. But as a cement mixer, I think he looks awesome. Him and Longhaul, I think, could both just be trucks and would still make a great toy. Like, I could hand it to a kid and be like, here kid, this is just a truck. And they'd be like, oh my god, this is a great truck. Now when you put Mixmaster next to the rest of the Constructicons, you got magic. I'm talking rabbits out of a hat, endless handkerchiefs out of the mouth, magic. They look like this construction team just getting the job done. They really look great together.
There's nobody driving.
Right! No one drives us, stupid human! We are the Constructicons! We drive ourselves!
I'm not sure which mode I like better. Robot Mode, Alternate Mode, or Devastator. Now this is what we've all been waiting for. All we want to do is collect all 6 Constructicons and combine them into Devastator, the most powerful robot. He should rule. Since the announcement of the Studio Series 86 Constructicons, everyone has been wondering, how's Devastator going to look? Is it going to be worth it if I already have Combiner Wars? All I can say is, the figure is incredible. Devastator is not as tall as Combiner Wars Devastator. He's more in scale with the other Combiners. Like if you look at him here next to Minosaur, he's like a head taller than Minosaur, which I would think is about right. Tomorrow, I'm going to open up the new aerial bots that I just got and finally build Superion in his entirety. And then we have Vortex here, who's waiting on the rest of the Combaticons, so we'll have Bruticus, and then we'll have like more Combiners to compare them. But in the meantime, Devastator looks smooth and clean, and Mixmaster, like I said, looks like the original cement mixer that he's supposed to, so he looks perfect down there as the leg. And I love how sturdy he is. The way he's built, he can pose so well, way better than Combiner Wars Devastator. You know how long it would take to get Combiner Wars Devastator into these poses? I'd be dead 30 years still trying to bend his legs without him falling over. Also, I know it's minor, but I love how they made ports on Devastator to hold all the individual Constructicons' guns. I don't know, I thought that was really cool. Bravo, Hasbro. Yeah, and the skirt thing in the back, honestly, it doesn't bother me. I mean, I guess I could see some people being like, this doesn't belong here, but like, I'm not looking back there. I never turn this guy around, so I'm fine with it. And if you collect Blocky's Transformers, which I do, and I love, they go great together with Devastator, and I guess they'd go with any Combiner, because of the size. And the Blockies, you can get them in such great poses, and they all look so good that it works well together. So yeah, I'm glad to have Mixmaster and all the Constructicons. It's been fun setting up scenes and posing them, and I have a few more ideas in mind for photos, which you can see if you follow me on Instagram at Triqqerhappy77. And if you enjoyed my rant about Studio Series 86 Mixmaster, let me know by tapping on the like button. Are you collecting the Studio Series 86 Constructicons? Let us know in the comments. And if you'd like to see more of my rants based on the G1 cartoon and toys, transform into someone hitting the subscribe button. Thanks for listening to me rant about Studio Series 86 Mixmaster. We'll be back.